I'm Angela and I'm a fourth grade student in One World International School. I have a project given to me by my class about human migration, so I've decided to prepare an interview about migration. The person I'm going to be interviewing is my grandfather. He's a very distinguished man, an ex seafarer, a ship captain, and now a managing director of a shipping company. His name is Captain Ashok Katura.
Hello, Angela.
Hello.
Thank you for the nice introduction. Since this is a social distancing, we can wish each other like this. Hello. Okay. So, thank you for the introduction. I'm willing to help you and describe my journey to Singapore. I'm a first generation immigrant to Singapore. I stepped into Singapore. My first stepping into Singapore was in 1972, and while that time I was 19 years old. So you can calculate my date of birth also, almost a year. And then 72 I came first, but I did not settle down that time. That time I came to visit Singapore as a cadet when I was working on the ship. Then subsequently my first impression of Singapore is beautiful. Was beautiful. I have a collection of my letters which I used to write to my family back in India. So some letters are in English, some are in my own language, and I have just for your record sake, I have a record of what I wrote as a first traveler, like a traveler's version of Singapore. So destiny brought me back in 78. I came down to settle down here. What is your next question?
Um, what was your childhood like?
My childhood, okay, the children are all same at the childhood, but facilities are different. So facilities are different. At now, what I see, the modern childhood facilities are totally different from our childhood facilities. We did not have much of the luxuries like we all have. I can tell you first big difference is no internet, no computers. So you can imagine how the children, when they gather together, they will innovate games, but they were very nice games. I have the collection of this. I have gathered a collection of 10, at least 10 games which we used to play and which are almost getting extinct in Singapore also, and mostly all the children are going to lose these games, and there is some movement in Singapore to revive those games which we used to have, but unfortunately because of the modern age, those games are different, and that means our childhood was different because of different facilities with us. We did not have the same facilities you all have, like computers and internet. We used to play outdoor a lot.
So, how was it different from mine?
Different because you play most of the games inside house. We used to play outside in the streets, and no proper planning which game we're going to play. When three four kids get together, they just innovate a game, start running around, start doing this. We have a few names, Indian names. We have is a Pithu Garam, we have Gite. See, all these games you don't have, but I will show you the video. I have the video. I will send you after this interview. You can attach with your with the video, and then show your friends what games we were playing. It was different, totally different, because the childhood, human wise, we are same. Child at that age, your age and our age different, but we don't have the luxuries of all these other things. You all play inside too much. We play outside.
So, what was the perspective of your parents about Singapore?
About Singapore, my parents, they had not seen Singapore. I'm the first one who came, and I described to them my first impression about Singapore. Was what impressed me Singapore was the discipline, cleanliness, and no corruption. These three things, hats off to Singapore. And then I came to visit Singapore as a traveler. Then subsequently, because I worked on the ship, I traveled all over the world. So it took me 6 years to decide. I have to decide which country I want to settle. So for me, I had the choice of settling down in any country in the world, because there were a lot of promotions from different countries. But I chose Singapore for the one reason I told you. The 3 points which you must remember, much we feel proud of in Singapore, is the discipline, no corruption, and cleanliness. These three things make Singapore different from the rest of the world. So you feel proud of the country.
So, did you speak another language when you came to Singapore?
Yes, when I came from India, I came to Singapore. My mother tongue is Hindi. Then my dialect is Punjabi, and then I was speaking English and some, not conversation, but some knowledge of Sanskrit. I had also studied Sanskrit as a subject in my class.
So, was it hard to learn English?
No, I didn't have to. I had already learnt English by the time I came to Singapore, so it was not difficult for me to converse with people in Singapore.
So, what was your most valued item you brought along with yourself to Singapore?
Okay, when I came to Singapore, 78, when I came to settle down here, see, frankly speaking, that is my best choice, my vision. It was my vision to settle down in Singapore for the reason that I could see home away from home, even though I left India, but I could see there is a lot of culture and heritage about Indian culture here in Singapore, So I had seen Little India. So Little India was Little India. So I could get everything there, So I didn't have to bring anything from India specially to come here. So that is, you are in a country where it's a multiracial and multi-linguist country, and it's very easy to settle down for immigrant. For to migrate here is very easy.
So, do you remember any of the jokes anyone in the family used to tell?
Jokes, of course, we used to speak a lot of jokes then, but this one, do you? That is a different session for jokes. We can have another session of jokes, but definitely we used to full of jokes in our country, and also when I was sailing, I used to have a lot of jokes. I will sit with you with another session to describe you the jokes.
So, what was your first memory of leaving your home or coming to Singapore?
For any person who leaves home country, he misses. There is always feeling of it is a mixed feeling, because one side you leave your own home country. Home country is a your love is your heart is where you live the country. So it's a very mixed feelings when, and but you are coming for a country which is going to be giving you new future. So it's a very good feeling in the way that uh, you have come with your own will and decision to migrate to another country, and this is for a better future for yourself and for your future generation. That means I had already vision that when if I can settle down in Singapore, I will become part of this society, and I will raise my family here and my children here. That's how I have two beautiful children who are born brought up in Singapore, and my son has also done national service. So we are fully committed to Singapore.
And what artifact could I bring in that represents? Or you could tell me about something that used to be in where you came from?
Okay, artifacts wise, yeah, you can let you can give me some idea. But for me, one of the artifacts which I see, which is a very valuable history for you, and is my collection of these letters. I will see these letters are a very treasure. It is a treasure hunt. See, these letters are dated 1971, and let me take my specs and I will show you some of the letters. It's written. It's 75 here, and then this is a visit to my Singapore and Malaysia. So this one letter is written from Port Vietnam, and see, this is a collection of letters. We I will see which one is a very clear one, then I will give to you. This is my history 72. See, 2012 72 what I wrote. And see here, I have described Singapore, what I found Singapore. This is really, I have put it as a testimony. In 50 years ago, I described Singapore as a very good country, and then that's how I settled down, and my vision has come out true. And you should be all, you and your colleague, your friends should be very proud to be in Singapore.
So thank you for joining me on this interview today.
Yes, thank you. So, meantime, as a benefit of your the project, and I give you my card with the exact my title and who am I. This is, I'm the managing director of one of the shipping company, because I was a ship captain, so I became I and then one more. Can you take one? This is, I'm the honorary consul general of Malta in Singapore, and I'm holding diplomatic position also in Singapore. So this is what Singapore gave me. So I'm very proud of Singapore. Okay, so you all children should feel proud of Singapore.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.